back here once again, everyone. It hasn't been that long since the news broke that the abysmal, horrific, disastrous, totally unnecessary crapfest of a book that was Superman Son of Kal-El has been cancelled. Jon Kent, as I've said many times before, is a horrible character created, sacrificed on the woke altar. But once again, writer Tom Taylor seems delusional in his beliefs that this was somehow a great comic. And according to this article from CBR, he's come out and said that Superman writer Tom Taylor debunks claims Jon Kent's solo comic was cancelled. Superman Son of Kal-El writer Tom Taylor debunks an article claiming the Jon Kent-led comic book series was cancelled due to low sales. Now, the article he's referring to comes from Sky News from Australia, which, this is the article here. Going woke and broke, DC cancels gay Superman solo run after abysmal sales. Sky News host Rowan Dean says DC Comics is cancelling their gay Superman solo run after abysmal sales. Look, it's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's another company going woke and broke. And he's quite right. He's very right. Tom Taylor doesn't want to face the facts, because if you look at what's happening over with WB Discovery and the merger and all the cuts that have been happening, they have cut over 26% of their staff. A lot of this stuff is going on. Even Cartoon Network has been, I think now they've joined into something else. So they're no longer Cartoon Network or something else, something like that going on. There have been cuts made at DC, although it's not going to be anybody that is actually going to affect DC, because most of the terrible writers you're getting at DC are on contract, so they aren't being affected one way or another. They're just going to continue to put out terrible garbage. But if this was a book that was actually making money, that was done really good, these things wouldn't happen, because you have, they're canceling it at issue 18. It couldn't even make top 20. It couldn't even make it to 20. It couldn't even make it to 20 issues. And they're giving him a 6-issue miniseries in January, and he's making us seem like it's something really impressive. Let's read on and see what it is Tom Taylor has to say. Sky News Australia recently put out an article, okay, I've already dealt with that. Son of Kal-El writer Tom Taylor, himself a native of Australia, was quick to shut down such claims and set the record straight. Not cancelled, he tweeted. Jon Kent's solo title is being renamed Adventures of Superman Jon Kent. So Jon has an iconic Superman series to himself and to include his name in the title. As for sales, okay, but before I get onto that, so they're giving him he said that it's not cancelled. You're getting a solo title renamed Adventures of Superman Jon Kent, which is only a 6-issue miniseries, right? Your Superman Son of Kal-El, DC claimed this was the flagship Superman book. That's what they came out and claimed. This was the flagship Superman book. They have cancelled that to give you a 6-issue miniseries and rename it Adventures of Superman Jon Kent. So you went from a flagship book that was so abysmal in its sales, it barely managed to hold on into the top 100, but DC could see where it was going, to a pathetic, petty 6-issue miniseries. So they could tell you, listen now, we're getting rid of you, but we ain't wanted to make it look so bad, so we could give you a little 6-issue miniseries thing here, so you go hold some strain, right? And you go move on with that. And you coming out to brag and boast that it hasn't been cancelled, it's getting this back. Clearly you are not right in whatever it is you're thinking. Clearly whatever it is you're smoking, you need to stop something. He went on to say, as for sales, let's check what the #1 selling comic is on Amazon right now. Go try reporting facts. Now, at the time of Taylor's tweet, The best-selling comic on Amazon was Superman Son of Kal-El number 60, the series' most recent issue. So let's check Amazon here and find out what it is. So we in the comics and graphic novels stuff here, just to make sure you all know this is accurate what I'm doing. Let me refresh the page. Right? We refresh the page. We're back here. Right? They have all these different comic collections and all that kind of stuff here. Let's go down and see what we have. Hopefully we go find Superman Son of Kal-El. Nope. Stranger Things, Marvel Encyclopedia, Miles Morales. Nope, not there yet. Seen Sandman, Moon Knight, Berserk. Nothing yet. Let's keep going. Let's check the next page. Nope, still nothing. Batman Who Laughs is there. Avengers, still nothing. Hey, Avatar there, boy. Okay, cool. Spawn, Batman Dark Knight, still not seeing it. Let's go again. Nope, still nothing. Flashpoint, still no Superman on the calendar. Look, Naruto there too. Batman Court of Owls is there. Still nothing. Let's try one more. Again, let's see. Nope. Still nothing. Let's check one more just to be certain. Nope. She-Hulk is there. Watchmen. Nothing. Nothing. Because let me explain something to you also, you can get an understanding of why Amazon and their digital sales are not an actual reflection of any kind of comic book sales. Because here's how it works. Amazon updates their list hourly or daily, or something like that. I think it's either hourly or daily they update their list. And all a book has to do to reach number one is if it's released at a certain way. Well, there are really two ways. One, it depends on the day that it is released. So if it is Tom Taylor's Superman Son of Kal-El came on, let's say, Monday, it would be at number one because Marvel issues don't come out until about Wednesday, which will then overshadow it. That's one. The second way that it can be to the top of the list is if he just buys, like let me say, if Tom Taylor himself just buys 4 or 5 issues of it, because it's digital. If he just buys 4 or 5 issues of it, it will rise to the number one spot for about an hour. So that's all he has to do. All he has to do is buy 4 or 5 of his own comic, his own digital work. It will rise to number one for an hour, and then it will completely disappear off the charts after that, because it will then drop back down to wherever in God's name it originally was. Now you've seen me go through this here. You've seen me check all these different stuff here. You understand me? I'm checking the comics and graphic novels, which is where it usually is. It's not there. It's not there. This I've reached all the way down to this now. It's still not there. It is still nowhere to be found. But he's bragging and boasting, and it's not the first time Tom Taylor has done this and then proven to be and then having been proved to be a liar. He always comes back to talk about the Amazon sales, knowing fully well that all he has to do is just buy 4 or 5 issues of his own comic, and it will rise up there for about an hour before it disappears again. Then he can jump on Twitter and tell everybody, oh, it's selling so well, it's so good, and all this. When it turns out to be crap. Your book is not selling. The sales for it are abysmal. Nobody was buying this trash comic because you took a character like John Kent. And I've stated my many problems with John Kent more than once, but just to break it down quickly here. When John Kent started off in Super Sons, I was hopeful. I thought, okay, they would do something with the character. After a few issues, I came to realize all they wanted to do was just swap him in as Superman. That's what he basically was, a baby Superman, because Damian Wayne had more of a personality than John Kent. When Bendis aged him up, I wasn't surprised because I knew from back then they wanted to make him their own version of Superman, and since he was such a blank slate, they could do anything that they wanted with him. After that, what did they decide to do? Sacrifice him on the altar of war, and then Tom Taylor went around telling everybody, oh, his new Superman is going to be bisexual. We know it's gay, because the fact of the matter is now, once they do this to a character, they can never go back. Look at Tim Drake, for instance. You ever think they're going to send Tim Drake back to being with Stephanie Brown? No, they want to destroy that character. That's what they've done. And when they made that change to John Kent, it was no longer, well, to be honest with you, when the comic started, or from issue 1 or whatever, it was a terrible comic. Terrible. You kept having John Kent talking to his father, to tell him what kind of, he could do more, he could do this, he should solve the housing crisis and all kind of thing. And I'm like, listen here, you little shit. Superman has saved all of creation many times. You've done nothing, shut your mouth. But no, he came out saying that. And then what did they turn around and do? Once they decided to game up, it stopped being a superhero comic. It was barely ever a superhero comic, and it became a boys' love story. It focused mainly on Jay Nakamura, and John Kent was just his boyfriend in the background. That was it. I said before, I'll say again. When you look at a character from manga, like let's say Deku from My Hero Academia, this is a character who has evolved and grown. He will never be All Might, but he will be his own person. But he will take things from All Might and grow with them. John Kent doesn't have that. He's nothing, and he's a blank slate. They could color him into anything they want, just like what they did with Miles Morales. This is why they started to do Miles Morales to all kind of different what-if versions, and it didn't work. They could do the same thing with John Kent because he has no personality whatsoever. It was a terrible comic from start to finish, and all it ever told was John Kent coming out to everybody every week and doing nothing at all. This is the end result of it. And you have Tom Taylor going on here on CBR telling people all kind of thing about how it's so amazing and it's so this and it was proven to be a landmark one for LGBTQ plus representation and all of this and thing. It wasn't. Look at this here. You come out there to say that bestsellers #1. I just checked. It's not there. It's not there. It is not there at all. Because that is what you do. You lie, and when you get caught lying, you try to pretend like, well, it wasn't me and all of this, and I am not going to do that, and I'm not going to get involved in this, and I am not going to go back to that and all of this. But you're lying. You are lying. You have nothing to stand on here. It's not here. I've checked and I've double checked and I've checked again. There's nothing here. Your book is nowhere to be found because all you had to do was just prop it up for 2 minutes and then suddenly turn around and say something else. This comic being cancelled was the best thing DC could have ever done. And the only thing left for them to do is fire the entire editorial staff and hopefully find a way back to it, or just outsource to somebody who actually cares about these comics, and maybe they will start to actually repair the damage that you have done. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell. You'll be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.